Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to use and wire up the ChipsetRC model lighting unit for head and tail indicator and reversing lights on your model. This is the pin version, however the plug version is also available and looks more like this. It's a bit thicker, but it lets you plug things into the pins, whereas this one has the pins bare, so it's more easy to solder stuff to them. If we take a look at the base, we have ground, channel 1, throttle and channel 3 pins as the first 4 pins. The channel 1 and channel 3 pins are for accessory channels on your receiver, which looks like this. The channel 1 does the indicators and channel 3 does the headlights on your model. So all you have to do is plug them into spare channels on your receiver. For example, if you're using a remote control car which uses channel 1 and 3 for throttle and steering, then you'll want to plug these two into channels 2 and 4 as their spare. For the throttle pin, what you want to do is you want to split the signal pin going to your electronic speed controller and send the split going here. What I mean by that is when your receiver is connected to your electronic speed controller, it'll have a wire like this going between them, and this will obviously be going to the motor on your model. What you want to do is you want to get this white wire and split it with another wire so that it comes off like this. What you then want to do is get this extra pin and plug it like this onto your throttle pin on your board. What this allows the unit to do is tell what the motor is doing on your model, and therefore it'll automatically engage the reversing lights for you when you begin to reverse. As for the rest of the pins, we have indicator right, left, headlights, brake lights and reverse lights. These are where you plug the anodes or the positive side of your LED for when you're wiring up the lights on your model. There's plenty of pins there, and if you ever did want more headlights, you could wire 2 of the anodes to 1 pin to get more lighting. However, we recommend not doing too many, as otherwise they might become dim. However, if you are using very high power LEDs, you can simply use a transistor to boost the power. What we also have down here is the voltage in pins. This unit can take anywhere between 5 and 12 volts, meaning you can power it from your receiver, although we recommend you don't because the maximum current draw from a receiver is pretty small, and if you're using lots of lights, then they'll start to become darker much quicker because you'll be drawing far too much current from your receiver. So it's best that you power this from the main battery source or the main power source on your model. As for the 5 volt pin, that's just a 5 volt out in case you wanted to power any other LEDs which you want to remain constantly turned on. You can plug the positive into this. As for the negatives for all of your LEDs, you can plug them all into either ground, although you'll probably be using this one for your voltage in, so we recommend you probably use this ground pin here. Anyway, I'll put it into the test unit and I'll show you how it works. Okay guys, so I've plugged it in as you would on your remote control vehicle, and I've connected all the anodes to their respective pins on the controller, and all the cathodes are going to the ground pin. I'm using this X8R free Sky receiver connecting to my controller, although any receiver works, and I'm using channels 5 and 8 for my indicator and headlights, and channel 3 is my throttle pin, which I've connected the throttle cable to. So I'll power it up. I'm using 7 volts, although you can use anywhere between 5 and 12. So no mixing's required on your controller, which is great because it means you can use non-programmable controllers, which are often cheaper. And we can see if I pull channel 5 fully forwards, I'll get our head and tail lights. And likewise, if we wanted hazard lights, we could push that the other way. And then we get our hazard lights. Now we use the other channel to do our indicators. So we want to go indicate right, we can pull that towards us. And if we want to indicate left, we can push that away from us. And here we have the throttle on my channel 3 pin. And so with this, when I push it forwards, nothing happens because we'll be driving forwards. However, I'll engage neutral, and as soon as I engage reverse, the reversing lights will automatically come on. And if I go back into neutral, they'll automatically turn off. And there's no programming for this or anything required. All you have to do is plug the signal pin into the throttle pin on the chipset module for your throttle channel. That's great. Thank you very much. Any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them.